What if I told you there is a lake where an entire forest stands frozen underwater? Not as a legend, not as a story, but preserved perfectly by nature for over a century? Hidden deep in the Tian Shan Mountains of Kazakhstan, Kaindy Lake is one of the most surreal and mysterious places on Earth. Many people who see it for the first time think it's edited, manipulated, or even fake. But it's real. And once you witness it, you will never forget it. This is Kaindy Lake, the underwater forest that shouldn't exist. Kaindy Lake lies in a remote mountain valley, surrounded by jagged cliffs, alpine meadows, and snow-capped peaks. The journey there is part of the experience. Visitors often spend hours navigating winding mountain roads, rocky trails, and even small rivers to reach this hidden gem. Many who make the trip say that the sense of isolation and anticipation heightens the impact of seeing the lake for the first time. The lake appears calm, almost ordinary at first glance. The water is a deep, icy blue-green, reflecting the surrounding cliffs and forests. But beneath the surface lies something extraordinary. Dozens of tall spruce trees rising straight from the lake floor, frozen in place as if time itself had stopped. Their tops disappeared beneath the water over 100 years ago, yet the trunks remain upright, creating a hauntingly beautiful underwater forest unlike anywhere else on the planet. Kaindy Lake was formed in 1911, when a massive earthquake triggered a catastrophic landslide that blocked a narrow valley. Mountain streams gradually filled the basin, submerging an entire spruce forest almost overnight. The water is so cold, often just a few degrees Celsius, that the trees have remained preserved for over a century. Scientists and geologists consider it a rare natural phenomenon, where the forces of earthquakes, water, and time combined to create something almost magical. What makes Kaindy Lake truly remarkable is its biological and geological uniqueness. The lake's mineral-rich water slows decomposition, preserving not just the trunks, but also the fine details of the tree's bark. In some parts, you can even see moss and small aquatic plants clinging to submerged branches, creating an eerie yet beautiful underwater ecosystem. Fish species in the lake have adapted to the cold, deep waters, and migratory birds often rest near the lake, making it a hidden hotspot for biodiversity in the mountains. The lake's isolation also contributes to its charm. Unlike many famous natural attractions, Kaindy Lake is not crowded with tourists. There are no guided paths, shops, or commercial resorts. Visitors experience the lake in its most authentic form, often in complete silence, allowing the natural beauty and mystery to dominate. This seclusion preserves the fragile ecosystem and enhances the feeling that you are witnessing a hidden secret of the Earth. For divers, Kaindy Lake offers one of the most otherworldly underwater experiences in the world. The submerged spruce trunks create vertical corridors beneath the water, their branches reaching out like skeletal hands. The icy temperatures, however, make diving extremely challenging. Only professional divers with proper equipment can fully explore the depths, while most visitors marvel at the forest from the shore or small boats. The view is enough to leave anyone awestruck. Kaindy Lake is also a photographer's dream. The contrast between the frozen trees, the reflective water, and the surrounding mountains creates images that feel almost unreal. Every season offers a new perspective. Summer brings emerald green waters, autumn paints the surface with floating golden leaves, and winter freezes the lake completely, turning the forest into a silent frozen wonderland. Snow-covered peaks reflected in the lake add to the surreal and cinematic atmosphere. Beyond its beauty, Kaindy Lake is a story of resilience and transformation. The earthquake destroyed a valley, yet in that destruction, nature created one of the most extraordinary natural phenomena in the world. It is a reminder that nature is unpredictable, capable of both devastation and astonishing beauty. The lake challenges our understanding of life, decay, and preservation. It is raw, extreme, and untamed, yet profoundly peaceful. Local legends and folklore add another layer of mystery. Some stories speak of spirits that inhabit the submerged forest, whispering through the water and the trees. Travelers often report a sense of awe, as if the lake itself is alive, observing and sharing its story silently. These tales enhance the emotional experience, making visitors feel connected to a place that is ancient, mystical, and extraordinary. The lake is also a lesson in patience and presence. Visiting Kaindy Lake is not about checking a box or taking a photo. It is about feeling small in the presence of nature, slowing down, observing, and reflecting. The journey, the sounds of the wind against the cliffs, the sight of the submerged forest, and the cold mountain air all combine to create a transformative experience. Kaindy Lake is extreme in every sense. The icy water, the remote location, and the harsh mountain environment demand respect. But it is exactly these challenges that make it unforgettable. Few places in the world preserve a forest underwater in such perfect condition, and fewer still are accessible only to those willing to embark on a true adventure. Even standing at the shore, the lake inspires wonder. You see the submerged trees stretching deep into the water, the surrounding cliffs rising dramatically, and the vast sky above. It is impossible not to feel humbled. This is a place where ordinary travel rules do not apply. Kaindy Lake asks visitors to pause, to reflect, and to marvel at the extraordinary. Some of the most memorable moments at Kaindy Lake happen in silence. No guided tours, no crowds, just you, the icy water, and the ghostly forest beneath the surface. Many travelers describe an emotional response, a mixture of awe, fear, and deep respect for the power of nature. It is a reminder that the world still has secrets, and that exploration is not just about discovery, but about feeling. Kaindy Lake leaves a mark on everyone who encounters it. Not because it tries to impress, but because it exists quietly, confidently, without explanation. It reminds us that the planet still holds places that don't need to be understood to be admired. Places where nature speaks in silence, where beauty is strange, cold, and overwhelming, and where time feels suspended. Standing there, watching a forest rise from beneath the water, you realize that some of the most powerful moments in travel happen when words fall short. In a world where so many destinations feel overexposed and predictable, Kaindy Lake remains rare, raw, and deeply mysterious. It challenges us to look beyond comfort, beyond popularity, and beyond the familiar. And maybe that's its greatest gift, reminding us that wonder still exists, that the earth is still capable of surprising us, and that there are stories written by nature itself, waiting for those willing to explore, observe, and truly feel. Kaindy Lake is viral-worthy because it combines rarity, extreme beauty, mystery, and adventure. There are few places where an entire forest has been perfectly preserved underwater by natural forces. The combination of mountains, icy waters, submerged trees, and isolation makes Kaindy Lake one of the most incredible, extreme, and surreal destinations for travelers seeking the extraordinary. Kaindy Lake is not just a lake. It is a frozen moment in time, a submerged forest preserved by nature, and one of the most mysterious, extreme, and surreal destinations in the world. It challenges what we know about nature, beauty, and time, leaving visitors in awe and humility. Would you dare to explore Kaindy Lake and witness its underwater forest with your own eyes? Tell me in the comments which part amazes you the most: the submerged trees, the icy water, or the surreal mountains surrounding the lake. And if you want to continue exploring the most hidden, extreme, and unbelievable places on Earth, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Adventure is waiting, and the world still holds secrets ready to be discovered.